Ever wondered who was the most powerful mob boss in history? The answer would be Carlo Gambino, a name that still echoes in the annals of American crime history. Born in the rustic landscapes of Sicily in the year 1902, Gambino was not a stranger to the dark underbelly of society. From an early age, he was exposed to crime, an element that would shape his destiny in ways unimaginable. Young and ambitious, he made a decision that would set his life on a path few dare to tread. He joined the mafia. Amidst the brutality and chaos of the Castellamarese War, Gambino stood tall, surviving the bloodshed that consumed many of his peers. But his ambitions didn't stop at surviving. Seeking a new horizon for his criminal exploits, he cast his eyes on the land of dreams, America. Surviving the war and crossing the Atlantic, Carlo Gambino set his sights on the New York Mafia, a decision that would forever change American organized crime. Gambino's journey in the New York Mafia was marked by cunning strategy and ruthless ambition. Carlo Gambino was not just a participant, but a key player in the transformation of the New York Mafia into the infamous Five Families, an organization that would forever change the face of organized crime. He took the chaotic world of the Mafia and molded it into something structured, something he could navigate and ultimately control. Gambino didn't just survive in this new Mafia climate, he thrived. His keen business acumen and unflinching resolve allowed him to skyrocket to the top, becoming a top earner. He was a man who understood the value of diversification, and it was this understanding that led him to expand his criminal enterprises. From bootlegging to gambling, from loan sharking to hijacking, Gambino's illicit activities knew no bounds. But Gambino was not content with just being a top earner. He coveted power. And in the Mafia, power was seized, not given. In 1957, he orchestrated the assassination of his boss, Albert Anastasia, a calculated move. It was pulled off with such finesse that it left the Mafia world reeling. Gambino's audacity, his sheer ruthlessness, sent shockwaves through the underworld. The murder of Anastasia was not just a power play, it was a statement. A statement that Gambino was not just another face in the crowd, but a force to be reckoned with. The murder not only eliminated his boss, but also cleared the path for Gambino to step in and take control of what was to become the Gambino family. With the assassination of Anastasia, Gambino ascended to the helm of the family, marking the beginning of his reign as the most powerful mob boss in history. Gambino's reign was characterized by immense wealth, power, and a surprisingly low profile. Carlo Gambino, the man who reigned at the pinnacle of the American underworld, was no ordinary mob boss. His tenure was marked by an unprecedented accumulation of wealth and influence as he led the Gambino family to towering heights of power. His business acumen was as formidable as his ruthlessness. He expanded his criminal enterprises, diversifying into illicit activities that spanned the gamut from loan sharking and extortion to prostitution and drug trafficking. And yet, despite the sprawling empire of crime he commanded, he maintained an astonishingly low profile. Gambino's understated demeanor and calculated avoidance of flamboyance set him apart from his peers. He was the invisible Don, a phantom who operated from the shadows, making his moves with such finesse that he managed to elude the law enforcement's radar for most of his career. His astuteness extended beyond his criminal operations. Gambino was a master strategist who outlasted many of his rivals, navigating the treacherous waters of the Mafia with an uncanny knack for survival. His keen sense of timing and ability to anticipate the moves of his adversaries made him an elusive target, a figure who seemed untouchable in a world rife with violence and betrayals. In 1976, Gambino did something that few mob bosses of his time managed to do. He died of natural causes. His death, quite fittingly, was as unassuming as his life had been. No bullets, no bloodshed, just a quiet departure that marked the end of an era. Gambino's death marked the end of an era, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most successful and enduring mafia bosses in history. A legacy that continues to cast a long shadow over the world of organized crime.